Hey, it's Jeff from Consumer Rates, and today I have with me something very special. It's the Celsius Sparkling Cherry Cola Energy Drink. It's been around since July of 2024, but I haven't really been able to find any in my area for some reason. I don't know if it's a limited availability thing or if it's just limited stock in my area, but I just haven't been able to find one of these until quite recently. I think it's in like the last month or so that I've actually seen these being stocked in stores. Anyway, before I forget, I paid for this with my own funds. This video is not sponsored. All the opinions and commentary about here are my own, and no one, other than yours truly, has reviewed the contents of this video prior to its posting on YouTube. The Celsius Sparkling Cherry Cola is Celsius's latest attempt to bring this classic soda flavor and turn it into an energy drink. Or as they would like to describe it, a classic burst of ripe, succulent cherries blended with the iconic effervescence of cola. While the graphic used on the can is certainly very cola looking, it's basically a cold glass of cola with two cherries next to it. Not gonna lie, I do enjoy the graphic. I don't know how you describe it, maybe retro is the right word, but I don't know. The vibe that the graphic has just kind of makes me a little excited for some reason. I don't know, I think it's cool. And along with the graphic, we also get a little flavor descriptor, or title I guess you could call it, of Sparkling Cherry Cola. The label Cherry Cola can also be seen on top of the can. Other than what I just mentioned though, the rest of this is pretty much classic Celsius. It's a 12 fluid ounce white can with the Celsius logo in the middle, a Celsius marketing taglines on the bottom, and the usual marketing taglines on the side, as well as the nutrition label. And in that spirit, the components in this drink are very much classic Celsius as well. One 12 fluid ounce contains 200 milligrams of caffeine. The FDA recommends that an adult can consume up to 400 milligrams of caffeine per day, so a can of this stuff basically comes with half of that recommended amount. FDA recommendations aside though, 12 fluid ounce can with 200 milligrams of caffeine is quite a lot, and depending on where your caffeine tolerance is, it might be a little much. It very much depends on the person. Each can also comes with 10 calories, 0 carbohydrates, and 0 sugar, which is very nice for those of us who either care about that sort of thing or have dietary restrictions. And the ingredients are the usual combination of carbonated filtered water, taurine, citric acid, guarana seed extract, natural flavor, ginger root, and some of the usual vitamin C's and vitamin B's. Most of these ingredients are pretty common when looking at Celsius energy drinks. The only slightly abnormal ingredient that you can find with this particular drink is the caramel color. Caramel color is food coloring that is used to bring out a brownish color with food and drinks. It's what gives cola drinks the golden brownish color, so Coca-Cola and Pepsi use them with their respective cola drinks too. So do Celsius too for this particular drink. Moving on to the drink itself. Crack the can open and you're immediately greeted with this cherry spice-filled scent that can only be described as cherry cola-esque. Sounds a bit cheap as far as descriptors go, but I honestly could not think of a better descriptor for it, so we're gonna go with cherry cola-esque here. Pour the drink into a cup, and it's a caramel brown colored liquid with lots of carbonation, very much emphasizing that this drink is supposed to be cola. I would usually dock a point here for the food coloring, but because this drink is essentially trying to be a cola drink, I'm willing to let go of the usual fuss I would make about how energy drinks should be using less food coloring. And as far as taste goes, it's a very generic cherry cola. Like between Coca-Cola Cherry and Pepsi Wild Cherry, I would say it's closer to a Pepsi Wild Cherry. I say this mainly because the cola aspect of this drink is a little bit more of a fruity taste than anything, and that's more of a characteristic of the Pepsi colas than that of the Coca-Cola colas. Again though, if I had to describe what this is most closest to, I would say the taste is most closest to that of a store brand, generic seeming cherry cola. There's not too much emphasis on the sweetness, and there's not too much emphasis on the spice aspect of cola, and just a hint of cherry. That's what I would describe the drink as. Personally, I would have preferred it if this drink had a little bit more emphasis on the spice aspect of the cola flavor, but it is what it is, and honestly, it's not a gross drink by any measure. It's very sweet, it's very tasty. It definitely tastes of cherry cola. It's just as far as the cherry cola flavor itself goes, I wish there was a slight tweaking here to give it a little bit more emphasis on the spice aspect of the cola flavor. Effectiveness-wise, I would say is classic Celsius. Based on my experience, the caffeine kicks in pretty quickly after the first few sips of the drink. It does a great job of waking you up to tackle the rest of the day, and does a great job of waking me up to go tackle the rest of my day. And the usage of caffeine from natural sources, the guarana seed and the green tea extract specifically, means that I have a pretty mellow crash with this drink, if any. Of course, your experience may vary, but I have nothing to complain here as far as the effectiveness goes. Which gets me to my rating. For the rating of this drink, I would give it a 9 out of 10. It's pretty much an average Celsius drink, but with the cherry cola flavor, which I think makes it very unique and very fun. It's just something that you don't see very often, and I do like that Celsius is trying to actively bring in unique flavors instead of just rehashing the same kind of generic tropical flavors that other energy drinks just tend to be coming up with. Where it does lose me a little bit was the cola taste. Once again, I wish there was a little bit more emphasis on the spice aspect of things, but it is what it is. So 9 out of 10. Is it for everyone? No. I think there are preferences that people technically have when it comes to cola drinks, and there's that whole Coca-Cola versus Pepsi debate. So is it going to be for everyone? Probably not. But if you don't really have any particulars here and just want an energy drink that tastes interesting and comes with a unique flavor, I don't know, cherry cola, it's pretty good. But that's my thoughts on the matter. If you disagree, feel free to comment in the commenting section below. And if you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you cracked open that like button and took a sip from that subscribe button. That did not work very well, but I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.